Greetings, friends. This is Elizabeth Schermer with an intuitive reading for our Libra new moon, which occurs tomorrow, Thursday, October 18th at 12:12 p.m., just afternoon in that specific time. It feels like I was just here yesterday. Time is really going by fast, and life is so full and eventful that I think it makes it feel even faster. And there's a great deal of chaos right now in the world, and a great deal of change, and there's a great deal of blessing, and there's also a great deal of uncertainty and intensity, and for some, suffering and pain. And so, my intention with these readings, as circumstances on our planet and in our human family continue to intensify, as our growth and birth processes intensify, my intention with these spreads is to connect with you, and both for myself personally and for each of you watching this message, to access a message that offers us support and encouragement as well as practical tools to help us show up and to give us a sense of foundation and a way to focus and strategize in the midst of the intensity. So, if you've been following these messages for a while, you probably know that the tarot has been a personal tool for me all of my adult life. And even so, even though I've been working with it every day for a very long time, I still am completely blown away sometimes by the magic and the perfection and the beauty and the strategic nature that our guides and our higher selves use when they interface with these cards to give us messages. It happened again today, and I am loving my what I've personally received from this new moon message, and I'm really eager to bring it forward to you. So before I dive into the spread, I want to say a little bit about our transition from Virgo, which is represented in Tarot by the Hermit, to Libra, which is represented by Adjustment. And we've been in the month of Libra since fall equinox last month. However, the lunar cycle is staggered with the solar or the zodiac cycle. And so the Virgo new moon happened just a couple of days before the fall equinox when we went into Libra. And now the Libra new moon is happening just a couple of days before we go into Scorpio. So this rhythm is a really interesting form of stability, because while we're in the month of Libra, we've been experiencing support from Virgo, and now the same thing's going to happen when we move into Scorpio. We'll be experiencing the lunar support of Libra. So what I'd like to say about this transition right now is that on the highest level, one of the mastery aspects of Virgo is that it represented by the Hermit is our ability to connect to inner light and to walk our path through the guidance of our own illuminated awareness, and our ability to connect to our inner truth, to our guidance, to our inner guiding star, which is the lantern. And the image of this image of the Hermit represents Thoth, who is our alignment with inner wisdom. So this is us, and it's also us receiving the support of universal wisdom to allow us to move forward, both befriending our shadow, which is the three-headed dog who guards the underworld, and also holding space for pure potential in what we feel is possible in front of us. So in a sense, the shadow's behind us, and the pure potential represented by the Orphic egg here is in front of us, and we hold all of that as we move forward, guided by our light. This will be important in the message coming forward, which is why I'm spending a little bit of extra time on it. It's also really important that we have this opportunity to reconnect with our inner truth as we then move into Libra. So the initiation of the Libra new moon always brings a new infusion of inspiration to participate, to bring the truth of who we are into community and into relationship with the world in all forms. And a symbol of balance represented on Libra is our ability then to balance our personal good and our personal well-being and our personal growth, to keep that in equilibrium and balance with our ability to fully participate in our community. and in groups and in the world and in our highest, to give and contribute our highest potential. So that's the inspiring theme of this transition right now from the Libra, from the Virgo cycle into the Libra cycle. I think that's all I'm going to say right now. Oh, the one other thing I want to say is that there's a special signature in the chart. You know, I think that I work with the astrology chart before I dive in and draw the cards for the message. And I both work with the astrology chart in terms of my understanding of the cards, and then I also collaborate with Stephen Schroyer, who pulls forward the astrology chart for the lunar message for the month. And we spend a lot of time talking about this and exploring it. And I use all of those understandings then when I drop in to guidance and ask for a spread that will give us some concrete tools for the message for us. And so there's a strong signature this month that will enable us to understand what success in the world is, what contribution and participation are from a new definition of success that allows us to break through old ideas that of measuring success by external standards, and instead step into success from our inner truth, which is the marriage of these two cards, so that we can really expand and experience creativity and vitality and the joy of the adventure of what we're here to bring forward. So that's a general theme that's really exciting to me about the chart, and I was working with that when I pulled these cards forward, and it's going to make sense when you see what came. So in the very middle appears the Hermit. And the Hermit, of course, as I said, let me see, that looks like there's a little bit of glare there. There. The Hermit represents your ability to connect now this month with your inner light. We're bringing forward, one of the qualities of Virgo is integration. And we're bringing forward an incredible sequence of lunar cycles, an incredible process of growth this month that culminated in some amazing eclipses and just some really powerful initiations and activations. And every month we're getting what we need so that we can move forward, so we can expand, so we can heal, and so we can grow. So the point of awareness this month is bringing forward everything you've learned. And there's a quality in this month of a new infusion of vitality and healing and wholeness that's going to enable an integration of all the challenges and all the lessons and all of the opportunities and all the synchronicities that may seem disparate and disconnected. What's going to happen this month, and it may have already been happening, I've been experiencing the last couple of days, this very event. There's going to be a coalescing now of a bigger picture understanding of how these things fit together, how you'll receive solutions and ideas and inspirations that are related to how you can contribute and participate in your life at a higher level with others. So that's the Hermit in awareness. It's representing bringing forward everything from your new ability to operate from inner truth and inner alignment, to reference there before you take action. That's the key of the lantern in the center of the card. So over here in the position of circumstances is the card for success. I pulled these up so that you can see them more closely. So not only is there a signature of learning about success right now, and I'm sure many of you have been experiencing this in the last few days because that's what's coming forward. We specifically got the card for success in the position of circumstances. Now what's super interesting about this card and the teaching that's coming forward right now is that this is success that exists in the realm of consciousness. It hasn't necessarily manifested yet, but it's an awareness within us of the truth of the experience of success. It's not tied to an external manifestation. It's tied to experience internally and a frequency. So this is connected with your ability to come present in the moment and align with truth. And what will happen this month when you choose to do that, and when you can find the muscles to go within and ask for, use your breath and use your tools to connect within, you will find the muscles to move into gratitude, and you will feel the perfection even in the midst of confusion. And Many of you know what I'm talking about because you've already started experiencing this. Even in the midst of something disconcerting or confusing or filled with sadness, you will also experience inner calm. And so what is coming this month is not just inner calm, but your ability to connect with happiness and joy and gratitude for the larger overall harmony that in which you are participating. So the awareness of success and patterns of success in the physical realm, and then all the way over in the position of spirit is the Four of Discs power. And the Four of Discs is a card of physical form. It represents establishment of successful manifestation in the world. I love this card when it appears in spirit because what it means is we are receiving the ability to connect with non-physical and experience the truth of form and power and grounding. So we are learning now in the midst of change to ground within. And that means to ground to our vertical alignment, to ground to the light above and the light that exists at the center of Earth, the heart of our Mother Gaia. We're grounding now to light, and that's where our stability comes from because physical circumstances are changing every day, sometimes every minute. And so we can no longer place our security or our stability on the physical world. Our stability and security and experience of empowerment now comes from light and our connection to the truth of light, which transcends whatever's changing physically. So to me, this spread is a perfect summary. The teachings embedded within the spread are a perfect summary of what we're learning and our new kind of my manifesto moving forward. My personal manifesto every day is embedded in this spread. So it makes me feel excited for the coming month and the fact that I anticipate experiencing some support and some ease and an infusion of happiness about the perfection of what is coming and what we are creating together. So knowing this, I drew one more card, and look at this. We received the Empress for the final card of our spread. And so the Empress is an affirmation of a couple of things. First, we are being held. And second, it's our strong hearts. The Empress represents the strong heart and true power, because true power comes from within. And this represents our ability now to choose the muscles we've built, choose our ability to transcend fear and to connect with larger truth. And the larger truth, even when we're not feeling good, even when we're out of balance, even when we're needing some support ourselves, we still have the memory of the truth that we know, that we are being held, and that we have support both in our physical communities and infinitely in our non-physical, from our higher self and from all those who are helping us. So this is both an affirmation and a reminder that our work is to choose how we feel in every moment, and choose how we respond in every moment, choose how we take care of each other in every moment, and choose how we take care of ourselves in every moment. Beautiful. Beautiful and powerful. So as I was working with the chart and the message, and I've been sitting with it for a couple of days, and then I pulled the cards this morning, I was reminded in this feeling of following that thread of happiness of one of my favorite poems by William Stafford called The Way It Is. And I feel inspired to read it to you today. I pulled it up today, and I've been saying it to myself, and I may well get emotional because when I read it out loud to myself earlier because of the power of words, and I'm finding every day that part of my practice now is to speak truth out loud to the grids around me and to myself and to my life and to the world. And so I read this poem out loud today, and it's several times, and it's bringing me to tears because of the truth and the simplicity and the loving kindness behind the message. So here we go. The way it is. There's a thread you follow. It goes among things that change, but it doesn't change. People wonder about what you are pursuing. You have to explain about the thread, but it is hard for others to see. While you hold it, you can't get lost. Tragedies happen, People get hurt or die, and you suffer and get old. Nothing you can do stops time's unfolding. You don't ever let go of the thread. So this is the image I hold, and what this poem evokes in me is the image of the golden thread of my golden path, and also the thread of my light, and that lantern of the hermit, and the thread that pulls me forward when I commit to following that light. So I invite you this month to set your intentions to connect to your own thread. We each have something very specific, very unique, very powerful to contribute, and much of it is yet to be discovered. So commit this month to the adventure of your own thread and to your ability to strengthen your heart and expand your capacity to feel and hold space and contribute to the beauty and the truth and the sorrow of this world. It's what we're here to do, and it is what we came for. And so thanks for sharing the message, and have a really happy full moon. New moon. New moon.